Today I thought I'd do a sit down video today. It's a little bit different than what I've usually posted. I've been posting a lot of vlogs and just like day of my lives, weekend of my lives, but today I wanted to just kind of sit down and talk and rant and just, yeah, talk your ear off because that's what I do best. But today is July 1st, 2025, which marks basically half the year. We're already halfway through 2025, which is kind of crazy how much has happened in the past 6 months, let alone 3 months. But basically, I kind of wanted this video to be something I can look back onto maybe at the end of the year or maybe even a year from now. Because ultimately I was thinking like, wow, last year I was so different. I was going through so many different things in my life. I was going through a different stage, and now I'm in a completely different stage of my life, and I didn't think that I would be in this stage now. At least me a year ago would not have thought that she would be where she is now. Which kind of leads me to my next thought. It's been a year and almost a month since I have finished my undergrad and got my bachelor's degree. I graduated June 9 of 2024. So yeah, when it hit June 9 of this year, I was like kind of having like a quarter, not even a quarter life crisis. I'm only 22, but I was having a crisis and just like thinking, would me back then be proud of where I am now? And I felt like, I don't know if she would, just because of how I'm feeling in this moment, which I'll get to later. And then I thought me 6 months ago would be really, really proud of where I am and my thought process and how I think about things and all of that. So it's really weird how life works. And so I don't know where I'll be 6 months from now. So, because a lot can happen already in 6 months. So I thought after it being already a little over a year since I graduated, I kind of wanted to do a little recap of like my post-grad life, like 1 year being in post-grad life and just like the things I've learned. And then at the end of this video, I kind of want to do a mid-year check-in and just update you on where I'm at and like, I guess talking to future me. So yeah, I have like everything written here, just like all my thoughts and stuff. So I thought that it would kind of keep me on track rather than just ranting your ear off, but I probably might do that as well. So yeah, let's get started. The first thing I feel like I learned is that I don't need to rush through everything. As in rush through school, rush through CPA exams, passing them, rushing through even trying to get employed. Just because I feel like I didn't cherish those years the best that I could. I feel like I did the most that I could, but as far as like really being in the moment and appreciating it, I feel like I didn't do that as well. And it was just because I didn't really like school. Like, sure, I was good at it. If you see my grades, if you see how I perform, if you see my participation in class, like I very much excelled and I'm very proud of that. But it doesn't mean that I liked it. Like, you could be good at something, but it doesn't mean that you like it. And you shouldn't feel obliged to like it if you're good at it. You know what I mean? And so I felt like school was that for me. And I kind of rushed through everything. I was like trying to get through all of my business courses. I did Running Start in high school because I just didn't really want to have to deal with AP classes. I'd rather just get the dual credits and get high school and college credit at the same time. And I really sped ran school, which again, I'm really proud of. But I felt like I could have cherished it more and realized what I was doing. But yeah, I just felt like I was going into clubs, being an officer for a club and being a student employee and even getting a second job as a hostess during the summer and just really trying to make sure I get a full quarter, 15 credits, to which that made me graduate on time, if not a year early than anticipated because of like Running Start and everything. And I feel like being like back when I was like 19, I was already starting to network a little bit. I turned 20 and networked a little bit more, and there were so many people that I talked to that was like, wow, like you're so young. And I'm like, is that a bad thing? And it felt a little discouraging because I felt like I didn't belong and I wasn't quote unquote ready for that part of my life, networking, trying to find an internship and everything like that. But then it was such a big thing to get an internship during your time time in college to make sure that you have so much under your belt before you graduate that it's so much easier for you to get a job, which, spoiler alert, is not the case. It really depends, and I feel like I lucked out because I actually didn't even land any internships. I kind of procrastinated on that, and I landed a full-time job here in San Francisco. But I'll talk about that more later. But I think it's so weird because I'm always like go, 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 go. I was always on this grind set mindset type of thing. I didn't give myself enough sleep. I wasn't eating that well. I didn't give myself chances to really go out and have fun. And sometimes when I would have fun, I'd be worrying and feeling guilty that I wasn't doing homework or studying for an exam or practicing for my presentation. It's like all of these things, and it made me even more anxious about school and about my life, and not giving myself time to just slow down like really affected me. And I think that's what I learned, that I don't need to rush through everything. I don't even need to rush through life in general in the stage that I am right now, which kind of leads me to like my next couple points, which is life shouldn't be lived on burnout. And after pursuing being a go person, a peaceful, slow, girly life is what I strive to have now. And I guess to kind of go in depth, I feel like I've been living on burnout since high school because they'll always pressure you to do your best and do AP classes or whatever. And they would even suggest like running start to you to like get ahead of the game. And I was just wanting to get into a good university, and I did. I got into the university I wanted to get into, but you know, at what cost? My mental was terrible. I was so burnt out, and it didn't even really make me excited to go into college, and college made me even more burnt out. And it was just because I felt like this part of my life I felt obligated. I felt like those accomplishments were accomplishments that I couldn't really celebrate, just because I felt like it was my obligation to really finish high school strong, even throughout COVID, and finishing college strong as well. And that kind of just made me so burnt out, and I was just kind of accepting it because it just seems so normalized. And for some reason, everyone is just kind of making it a competition that like, oh, I'm more burnt out. I have this, and this going on. And I felt like I was a part of that competition, and I didn't want to be, because at what cost? Like, I didn't feel good. And so after I graduated, I had a lot of trips lined up, flying to Orange County and being with my family, and then having a cousin's trip to LA and going to Disneyland. And then I went to a bunch of concerts. I swear, I saw basically my whole Spotify Wrapped. I saw Olivia Rodrigo, I saw Sabrina Carpenter, I saw Jacob Collier, I saw Madison Beer, I saw Nicki, and I just saw so many other great artists. And just being with my friends, making up for lost time in general, and being present, and just doing the things that I love. I was able to crochet a little bit more. I was able to get out and go on walks and try new foods and just do activities that I couldn't do during the fall time because I was always stressed and overwhelmed and occupied with school. And so having basically the second half of 2024, it really made me realize that like, oh yeah, like I didn't give myself a break at all. And this is what it feels like. I finally feel like I can accept being on break and doing the things that I love and taking it a bit slower and catching up on sleep. And I realized that's life. Ew, why am I gonna cry right now? But that's life. Life is not about tiring yourself out. Obviously, it's great to push yourself and to achieve your goals and to get out of your comfort zone, but you don't need to speed through that ever. And I think I did that a little too much. So yeah. Anyway, on to the next one. I learned that I'm actually really grateful and happy that I've posted a lot on social media. That's kind of like a 180 from what I've just been talking about. Kind of just to give us a little bit of a break from that. But yeah, I'm really happy that I've kept posting on social media. I think there was a time last year where I was like, I'm gonna archive everything. I feel like I just kind of want to get off the grid and not post anymore because I feel like I've been posting too much of my life and just posting a lot. But then like me now looking at my memories last year, it makes me so happy that I curated these posts and spent time choosing the songs and developing a story in my posts, and it makes me really happy seeing who I was, because ultimately like these posts are for myself, and I do want to share that with people, but at the end of the day I want to share that for my future self, aka me, and have fun looking back on those memories. And I feel like I'm doing a lot more to post on social media, aka YouTube and TikTok and everything like that, because it's just so fun. I don't know, I feel like it's such a great creative outlet for me, because fashion is such a huge part of what I love. And I feel like being able to dress up and take photos and kind of collab with my brother, because he's also a photographer. It was like hitting two birds with one stone. We were kind of letting both our creative outlets out there, and I never want to stop doing that, and I want to do more with it too. So here I am. So yeah, I'm really grateful about that. Kind of doing another 180. The next thing that I learned is that I'm really not the best at taking care of myself. I basically have spent the past 6 months-ish living by myself in a new city, in a new state, all by myself. I didn't move here alone though. My mom and my brother were so kind enough to help me. They flew out with me and helped me move in, and my dad helped me as well, and it just made the moving process so much more smoother, and I'm so happy about that, and I would not have been able to be here without them. But yeah, I basically moved here for a job, and for some reason that felt scary and it made me not want to do that. But I felt like, I guess my life motto right now is if not now then when, which you've heard multiple times in my videos before, but I thought if not now then when. I feel like eventually I'm going to be living with my future partner, or living with my friends when they're ready to move out, or maybe even moving back home into my childhood home. And so I feel like this is the opportunity for me to try living on my own, see how I like it, see how I like a new city in general, a new state, and just see if I can do it. And if I suck, then I suck. But I feel like in the process I've learned so much about myself, so much of what I'm capable of, and so much of like what I know and don't know, and what I need to learn. And I feel like over these past few months I've kind of went back to how I was during college, where I wasn't eating that much, I wasn't sleeping that much, and I was just kind of stressing myself out, because it becomes a lot like right away. Like it's not just like moving away for college and you have roommates and you're gonna dorm or maybe get an apartment with someone else. Like it's really just me here for work, not for school, not for anything. It's for work. It's like literally my life now, my grown-up life, and it's so weird and it's really scary, and it's still kind of scary to be honest, but I've definitely got a little bit used to it over the months. But yeah, I'm not really the best, and I think that's okay, because I'm not a good cook. I don't know a lot of recipes, so I really rely on frozen foods or taking out. I haven't been the best with budgeting, but I feel like I'm getting also used to that and seeing like what's worth it to me and what I want to spend my money on. I guess as far as sleep, it just kind of sucks, because 8 hours of my day is like spent being at work, and I kind of want more time to myself, and so that kind of makes me stay up a little bit more or sleep in a little bit more. So it's a lot, and I always feel like I'm in a rush, and that kind of like goes back to me trying to slow things down a bit and kind of be easier on myself. But yeah, and I kind of jotted down here that like my life motto is if not now then when. I think it's not to say that like, oh, rush it, like do it, you know. It's more so like if you really want to do something and you have an inkling and you've had this urge, just do it. Because if you spend your life waiting on people, I feel like you're gonna be waiting forever. And there are times where you'll be able to do it with so many other people, but right now, like, might as well experience it while you can, you know. And so I thought, well, living alone obviously requires just myself, so I thought, yeah, I'm gonna live alone, because if not now then when. Back then I was 21 years old, now I'm 22, and I'm like, I think now's the time to just try it, and so I did. And I've been applying it here to just my daily life and going out and going on solo dates and everything, so. And also starting a YouTube channel, because I was kind of scared just to kind of film in a different format, but here I am. But yeah, continuing on, I jotted down that it's okay to question your career path, because I've questioned it multiple times since working at my job. I won't disclose too much, maybe later, maybe at the end of the year. But yeah, I've been at my job for almost half a year now. I started February 3rd of 2025, and I've kind of questioned if this career path is for me. To kind of recap, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in accounting. Have not done my master's. I don't even know if I want to do my master's. So future me, let me know if you're still not wanting to do it or if you're reconsidering it. I have not passed or taken any CPA exams yet. I have studied a little bit, but have not done any major progress. So future me, how's that going? But I'll kind of save that for the rest of the check-in for the second half of this video. But yeah, I currently work in an international tax firm. It sounds so prestigious and so wow, or it could sound like the most boringest thing to you, but that's what I do, and it pays really well, and it's obviously helped me sustain my life here in California. But as far as just the job itself, I just don't know if it's for me, and let alone like this whole career path. And I've learned that it's okay, and I'm gonna keep telling myself that, because it is okay to pivot. And even if I'm fresh into the work field, it is okay for me to feel doubt and questioning if this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, I look at my other coworkers who have been here for many years, and I think, do I want to be you? I don't think so. Like, no offense. But I think it's fine to take some time to really question it and think about it, especially after years of being on the go, grind set mindset. I feel like I haven't given myself time to really think about how I truly feel about these choices that I've made. And so yeah, that kind of leads me into like the next things, that it's like, it's okay to not like your job only 3 months into working, because I feel like I've experienced that, not gonna lie. And I feel like if you felt that way, leave a comment down below and tell me your experience on that and how you've kind of shifted your mindset to kind of separate work from life. But yeah, I feel like I've also learned that it's okay to not like it at first, because you may not like it because it's different, or you may not like it because you actually don't like it for yourself. And yeah, and it's okay to pivot. I've witnessed so many of my close friends and family pivot in their career and try different things and ultimately go for what they're passionate about. And I feel like deep down I have a lot of passions that aren't related to accounting and tax and audit and all of that. And that kind of leads me back to the first point that I made, that like, I was good at school, but that doesn't mean I liked it. Not one bit. I didn't like it one bit. And I guess, like, you know, same goes with my career. I may be good with numbers and I may understand these concepts, but doesn't mean I like it. But who knows, maybe that might change. But as of right now, that's what I've learned. And to just be okay with these thoughts, and to know that, like, to not overthink that I made a completely wrong decision for myself, because I know that's not the case. I kind of jotted down that the 9-to-5 life is not for me. I feel like, yes, a 9-to-5 can be great if you're able to balance that with your own personal life. But for me, I feel like I have so many things that I want to do in my personal time. I want to read, I want to journal more, I want to create videos, I want to make TikToks and post on Instagram and go out and actually explore the city and live my life. And with that, I've kind of postponed studying for the CPA, just because, like, I know that San Francisco is going to be so temporary and it's going to be such a small chapter in my big life. So I think that just, like, maybe the 9-to-5 is not for me as of right now, just because I want to live my life. And it's just so weird being in your 20s, because you feel like you need to have it all together, and then you feel like, oh, I feel like I can kind of, I don't know, I feel like I can kind of relax and take it easy. But then I have this pressure to set myself up and build a great foundation for myself, because it's all just like grown-up stuff, and I just want to have fun and experience it while I can. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of what I mean right now. But also, I just want to live a relaxing life. I want to do things that I truly love and feel like I don't need to feel burnout from, because my ultimate goal is to just not feel burnt out. And I feel like a 9-to-5 only contributes to that burnout. That's kind of what I meant by that. So let me know if you feel that way too. Kind of leading me to my next thing about my career, my 9 to 5. I've learned that accounting careers need to change. They need to actually change. I know that there are some companies out there that are working on it, but I feel like when you're in audit and tax, those are like the bigger branches, and then there's like bookkeeping and all of that stuff. I feel like a lot of accounting careers are salary based, and we're basically forced to work overtime during busy seasons, and we're not really compensated for that. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you will get compensated and have these bank hours that you can kind of withdraw and use for PTO, but some don't. And some don't get compensated. Like an hourly thing, like overtime, it's whatever, like you're still gonna be paid the same amount during busy season. So that's really unhealthy and almost feels wrong, almost feels illegal actually. But I think it just needs to change. It needs to be more sustainable than it is right now, than it barely is right now actually, because it really isn't helping with people's work-life balances. And especially if you're working for like a bigger firm, like one of the big four, like, oh my goodness, I don't know how you do it, but it's just not. I feel like accounting careers should change drastically. So yeah, let me know if you agree with that. And kind of pivoting from career stuff, I learned that I still can't wrap my head around the fact that I'm growing up. I know I'm only 22, and in the grand scheme of things, that's still really young to a lot of people, but to me, it's like, that is more than 2 decades of my life. That is so weird. And I just can't wrap my head around that, because in my head, I'm still a teenager. And sure, I'm like, what? Like 3 years, I guess, older than 19. So not that long ago, I was a teenager, but I feel like I've lived so many lives at this point. Because it's like me last year, I just graduated. I was so hopeful and so excited for like all my trips and going on concerts and stuff. Me last year didn't even think that I would move out of my house, you know? And even though this move is temporary and I might move back home, like I didn't even think that I would like consider this even an option. I feel like I would have considered it a little more down the road, but yeah, not this early on. And so me being 22, I moved here when I was 21, like that is crazy to me. Like I'm so proud of myself, and that is one of the biggest things that I will always be proud of myself for. But it made me feel like I was growing up a lot faster, like just doing all of these adulting things by myself, and I don't know, just taking care of my own place and like by myself, furnishing it. Obviously, like my brother helped me build some of my bigger pieces, which I really appreciate. I just can't wrap my head around it. And like to know that like my friends are also developing in their careers, and one of them is about to start her job, her first like really big girl job. Like it's just so weird that we're all kind of going into that stage where it's like people are getting married, people are having babies or considering it, people are, you know, starting their careers, people are just doing different things, and now we're all in different paths. Where like a year ago we were like on the same path, same routine, same schedule type of thing. So it's really weird how life can just flip and it's just different. I feel like I've just started adulting, and I need to accept that it's not like I need to get it down right away. I don't know, it's just that idea. Like I can't get past it sometimes. Yeah, and so that kind of leads me to, should I save, you know, start saving or start living for my life, you know? I feel like, you know, like I mentioned before, being in my 20s, like you feel like when I was younger, I thought being in your 20s, you had it all together. You're a full-fledged adult, but I feel like now, like when you're in your 30s, I feel like that's when you feel like you have your life together, because right now, me being 22 years old, like I don't know if I should start saving for a house, because in this economy, I don't think we're gonna get a house until we're like 30, 35, and I think that is like the average age now, that like our generations becomes like homeowners. So that's kind of scary, and I feel like I might be renting for like a good while, or living in my parents' house, but that's okay, because as long as we're aware of that, you know, it just sucks because it's like we earn so much and our generation is working and working and working, and we actually have a higher rate than any other generation, higher rate of burnout, so that just goes to shows and proves my point and how I've been feeling, that like I'm so burnt out already, and I feel like you might be too. You never know. I don't know if I should start saving for a house or saving up for my own car or really going out there and going to concerts and doing what I, really want to do in life, because this is the time where I should. And I want to travel more, but I don't know what is the best course of action and how to balance that, if there is any balance. So that's that. But yeah, the last thing that I kind of have jotted down is I truly cherish my family and friends more than I thought I did. And I feel like obviously distance makes the heart grow fonder, and that is very true. Obviously, all my family and friends are back at home, and I'm here, and it's very lonely sometimes. I love my space. I love my own space. I love having my alone time. I love adventuring on my own and doing things on my own, because it's really helped me feel good in my own company. And I feel like that is the biggest thing that has come out of this experience, and I feel like everyone should experience it at some point. And if you don't want to live alone, maybe try traveling alone or just doing things on your own. I feel like that is just the best way to like love yourself truly, and like learning yourself more and what you like and what you don't like. And even though I enjoy that, I miss my friends a shit ton, and I miss my family a shit ton, and I'm so grateful that I have my family and friends still like close in contact, and that they want to visit me and I want to visit them, and we're really making the most of our time. And so that makes me really, really, really happy. But yeah, those are the things that I feel like I've learned and I've realized over a year of being in my post-grad life. And now I feel like the second portion is just like doing a mid-year self-check-in. And I feel like I've kind of hit some of the points of kind of where I'm at in life and my thoughts, but I feel like just to do a recap for my future self. Hello, future self, me in December, maybe, I don't know, yeah, December, end of the year, yeah. Hi, December me of 2025. It is me, July 2025, Christine. I'm kind of stressed. I don't really want to cry and make a whole scene, but I'm really stressed out, and I'm a little worried just about where I want to take my life and what I want to do with my life. I feel like the career path I chose was the right thing, but I also think that it's something that I might not want to do forever, just because I feel like I have so many other things that I want to do, and I find myself feeling really burnt out and really tired from my job and really, really, really overwhelmed. I do have my thoughts about my job, which I won't disclose, but maybe some other time. But I know you watching this will already know how I'm feeling, and you'll already know where I'm at in life just by looking at the pictures or just kind of knowing, because just these feelings are so heavy. But yeah, I feel like that's also why I'm taking the time to take myself out on solo dates and just being there for myself, because I only have myself right now, and that's okay, because it's made me a lot stronger and it's made me learn a lot more about myself, and I'm really proud of that. Like really, really, really proud. And I know that you're probably sitting here watching this thinking that like, yeah, we did that. We went through a whole year of that. And I know by the end of December, like we will still not be done yet, but we're almost there. But I hope that now you feel a little bit better. Maybe you have a little more of an idea of what you really want to do, and you find yourself being successful in your hobbies and everything else. I know that you're sitting here thinking that maybe I'm crazy for overthinking, or maybe like you're proud of me for feeling what I need to feel and actually addressing it and being there for myself, because a year ago I really wasn't, and I'm now vouching for myself and being really real. And yeah, I am starting to read again. Literally almost everything that I've bought as far as clothes and other knickknacks have been from street markets and festivals, and I love that. So far, like your family has visited, Emerson has visited, and Hannah is going to visit this weekend, so that's really, really fun for the 4th of July. You're not really the best at taking care of yourself. Oh well, but hopefully you kind of got a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know if you decided to grow out your hair, but this is the hair length that you are at right now, that I'm at right now. Where are you? my bangs. I still love my bangs. Let me know if you decided to grow them out too. Let me know if you decided to dye your hair again, because I know that you were thinking that. This is me. I feel like I have a lot more to say, but I feel like that's a little too personal, but I've been going through it. I've been crying a lot almost every day. It's kind of stressful and can't believe I have that many tears to cry, but I know that I'll get through it, and I know I'm speaking positively to the camera, but I know deep down that you actually know how I feel, and I want to know if you have any way of dealing with it better. If not, then that is totally okay too. But I'm here for you, and I know that. And I know that you now will be grateful for me, and I feel like I'm doing this for you. But yeah, I feel like that's all I want to say right now. I feel like maybe future me will talk about more stuff later, but I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for letting me talk to you and talking your ear off and listening to me rant. But hopefully you took away a lot from this video. If you're going through your post-grad life, or you just freshly graduated, or you're stressed about where your life is gonna take you, hopefully this kind of helps, because it is a scary process sometimes, but it's also a freeing one. But you're also learning a lot at the same time. Just know that you're not alone. I know that I felt like I was alone, but I know that I'm not. So yeah, with that being said, this is the end of the video, and I will talk to you probably tomorrow. I will be cleaning my apartment, and I just will be catching you up on where I've been the last couple weekends, so that'll be a more chill, relaxing video. But I will see you then. I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Bye!